welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, and still the Blacksmith Guild. Sorry for the lag for a moment. Bad recording. So, let's continue here. Been waiting for you to come and see me, Les. Seems you got yourself an admirer, and I ain't talking about me neither. I'm talking about someone else. It was only a matter of time before folks started asking questions about who was responsible for the guild's recent changes in fortune. You heard of Custoder's Soul out in Bloodshaw? Yeah. Cause that's where your new admirer lives. In case you don't know the place, it's a favorite resort of Ulda's rich and famous. That's right, I'm talking about one of them. Asked for you by name, they did. Said they wished to commission the Great Serenia Shadowstar and no other. This could be your chance, Les. It ain't every day you get invited to curry favor with such a wealthy bleeding client. At first I thought it was just Bayagod who was watching over you, but I'm beginning to think that two-faced bugger Naltal might have taken an interest and all. Anyway, he'll do it, won't you? Of course he bloody will. You'd be a goddamned fool to refuse. You'll need to trouble that bastard Facer for the details. Oh, and for to stick in me throat to say it, I reckon you should probably thank the Chocobo's ass while you're at it. He's the one who's made this happen. Well, Blacksmith, I gather you heard about your commission? I trust you understand what an honor this is, as well as what's at stake. The client in question is a distinguished personage with tremendously high expectations. Should you fail to live up to them, it will reflect poorly on both you and your guild. As for myself, the last thing I need is a well-connected Uldan telling associates not to buy your products. Products I need hardly add, which I should very much like to sell them. In short, don't fail. Now then, I believe I saw Miss XIV arrive a moment ago. She's our client's representative. Go inside and introduce yourself to her. She will explain the commission. I heard a great deal about you, Serenia Shadowstar. As you may have heard, my master was captivated by the tales of your exceptional craftsmanship and thought you were the ideal candidate to undertake a commission of particular import to him. By way of an introduction, my master's estate boasts the most spectacular gardens in all of Costa del Sol. Its many botanical marvels owe much to the effort of our chief groundsman, who has nurtured them since he was a lad. The dear old fellow has been with the family for generations now, and my master feels it is past time that his years of faithful service be recognized. And what better way to honor the tireless efforts of one loyal servant than to present him with an exquisitely wrought example of a tool of his beloved trade. In short, Miss Shadowstar, my master would like to commission a plumed iron hatchet of a first order. Know that anything less than perfection will be deemed unacceptable. We trust you will not disappoint us. Okay, so a commission as a gift for a well-received retainer. Okay, I got the materials. Let's see if I can actually do this. Not like this, no. Okay. Whew. Just an 84, but it was enough. Up. And the hatchet. Miss. My, though I count myself no expert in such matters, even I am sensible to this hatchet's quality. It is magnificent. Master Facer's words did not do you justice. You are a veritable prodigy, madam. Your hatchet is more a work of art than a tool. When I run my fingers along its smooth leather grip and gaze upon its flawless, sparkling blade, I find that I am moved. Thank you very much. It seems a great shame to allow such a masterpiece to be used for mere gardening. But tools are made for a purpose. Mayhap as the blade dulls and the grip wears, it will gain a different sort of beauty. But I'm beginning to sound like our chief groundsman, such a gentle soul. I'm quite sure he will see the artistry in your creation. Why, it may even serve to inspire him in his own craft. You should be proud. On behalf of my lord, I thank you, Serenia Shadowstar. Pray give my regards to Master Facer. Wow, high praise. You certainly rose to the occasion. Expertly done, Smith. And it seems Miss Criswip has marked you out as a crafter of outstanding skill. If a master agrees with her assessment, this will maybe be the first of many such commissions. You have every right to be proud. I suppose your mentor will want to know what transpired. I swear your talents are truly wasted serving that fool. You may tell him I said so if you wish. You're a damn good smith, Serenia. You can do better. There you are, lass. Well, tell us how it went then. He said that, didn't he? Cheeky sod. Talking like he knows what it means to be a smithy. There ain't no one that knows better than me, and I've only ever wanted what's best for you. I still remember the day you first walked in here, you know? It was clear to me even then that you'd have a will of an iron. Something in your eyes there was. Something that told me you'd give your all to the craft, not for coin or for fame, but for the sake of making something good. And that's just what we needed around here. So don't let us down, Serenia. Stick with us and we'll do right by you. We'll see about that. Won't we? I hope you're right, Guildmaster. And standard synthesis. So. Right. Level it a bit more. Set Facer to I just see the pun. Oh. Something evil is brewing in my belly, I tell you. Can't seem to keep anything down. Too many at the wench, I reckon. Couldn't have come at the worst time either, with Facer breathing down my neck. Now, when it's come to the market, you've never met a tighter miser than an old Facer. But in the Colosseum, a man throws gold at fighters like water at a fire. They know it too, so they ask their patron for a new blade. And once they get their blade, now it's a bigger, shinier, sharper blade. Before you know it, I'm wasting new waking bells forging weapons for folk that ain't got arms enough to wield them all. Don't get me wrong, I'd gladly take a horsehound's coin, but I ain't up to it this time on account of my condition. Which is why I need you to make whatever needs making in my stead. Have a word with Facer and see what he wants. Great, so the boss is too drunk to work on. Sir Briffer sends you to me yet again. I'm flattered he holds me in such high esteem. As you may have heard of an eye for able warriors, yet without the proper arms and armaments, ability is for naught. Forge me one steel bush of equal parts splendor and might, and you and Brithel shall know the bounty of my generosity. But fail me, Serenia, and I may be forced to reconsider my arrangement with Naldric and Bumeli. Wow. He can be a right bloody bastard when it comes to his prize fighters. Okay. Let's go crafting. Rapid synthesis, come on. Done. That should satisfy him, I hope. I mean, I can't do better. Make it the greatest weapon you ever made, then throw it away and make me a better one. You've come with my gift? Excellent. Let us have a look then, shall we? I demanded nothing short of perfection, and you have exceeded my every expectation, Serenia. A finer bouge I've never seen. A well-wrought oak haft with a solid steel blade, made more than sharp enough to slice through sinew and bone. Many an orc's neck shall it cleave. I cannot wait to see it wielded. Yes, the glory of a steel bouge you have forged for me shall be sung in the screams of all who stand before it. I see my trust in you was not misplaced, Serenia, and I trust I shall have need of your skills in the future. Okay. That went well enough. So, what next? Since I'm already level 40. You know, Serenia, the contracts you helped the guild secure ought to make us a fortune, if you can find the hands to keep up with demand, that is. Oh, am I that good, huh? Quite a name you've made for yourself in the process. You got your head on a forge, so you don't hear what I do. Does that mean you refuse to work, Guildmaster? All over the port I hear the chatter of sailors and merchants extolling the fabled wares from Serenia's forge. And I assure you, they ain't alone. Hell, it's gotten to the point where half of your fellow smiths are asking that you forge their smithing tools, as if you have time to make them one by one. So I told them the most they could hope for could be one wrapped crow's beak hammer, a true example of shining excellence to which all of its kind would be held. What say you, lass? Reckon you can do your forge master this favor? I needed a lot of tries for this one. I don't know why. I kept failing at this. Okay, first we need a steel crow's beak hammer for that. Good. This is already the fourth hammer I craft of this, I believe. As I said, I kept failing the crafting of either the high quality steel hammer or the wrapped hammer that follows after this, that we are ultimately supposed to make. I don't know why. So, with an excellent chance, that was a lucky break. And now bring it to Brittael. All I'm asking for is a single webbed crowsbeak hammer, of the finest quality of course, so I can show your fellow smithies how it's done. Okay. Why don't you make one if you need an example? Pipe by a Godspeed. Who'd have thought that the brutish tools of force could possess such beauty? The hammer's claw evokes the elegance of a ruthlessly efficient and ruthless efficiency of a golden beak, plucking worms from the ground. And it's flawlessly counterbalanced asymmetrically by the face. Not in my wildest forging fantasies could I have envisioned laying hands on or eyes on such a perfect hammer. Hells, I reckon it's too perfect to share to that lord. To look upon the daunting height of such peak perfection would surely discourage even the boldest of budding blacksmiths. On the other hand, it ought to put those uppity smithies in their place. Besides, it'd be a crime to keep this hammer hidden away from the world. With any luck, it'll serve as inspiration to your forge mates, and maybe even motivate one to follow in your footsteps. You know, Guildmaster, by everything I hear, I'm wondering that maybe you are the one who needs inspiration and perhaps a kick in the ass. Okay. And the level 45 quest. Beauty in the Bardish. 'Tis good time to be a smithy, Serenia. Clients are banging down our doors, clamoring for our wares. And to think it's all cause one fateful day I had the foresight to let you join our ranks. Smartest thing I ever done. In prosperous times such as these, you can't help but be in high spirits. Even your most hated enemy starts to seem like decent folk. Why, just the other day I downed a few pins with old Facer. Oh, speaking of which, Facer was going on and on about this lady gladiator what caught his eye. One he'd like to lavish with gifts. Said he'd a mind to have you forge the weapons. But you know him. Demanded to speak with you in person. Best go and oblige the bastard. Okay. More gladiatorial tools. Serenia, good of you to come. I knew no other whom I could call upon. That sounds serious. Her name is Muriel. She's both muse and genius. A portrait of grace and beauty amid the carnage of war. Expertly versed in every technical discipline of combat. Muriel is more than a mere gladiator, she's an artist. If she's to paint the battlefield red, only the finest of instruments will suffice. And such instruments can only be created by the greatest of blacksmiths. Thus I would ask of you a pair of cobalt knuckles, a buccaneer's bardage, and a cobalt shamshir with which she might reign over the Colosseum like the goddess she is. I will inspect your work when it is complete. Though I have little reason to doubt your capabilities, I will not present to Muriel anything less than perfection. He sounds smitten. So, cobalt knuckles. A shamshir? And a buccaneer's bardage. Okay. Let's start with the knuckles. Oh, those bad recordings this time. Sorry about that. Okay, the scimitar. Oh, the shamshir, right? Ah, and free company quest expansion, huh? Why not? Great. That is that. Knuckles, a bardage, and a shamshir. They must be fit for a goddess. While your weapons look most impressive, I must properly appraise your work. Inside. Ah, the knuckles. A sturdy and stable design for a straightforward weapon. The lack of superfluous ornament speaks to an emphasis on function. Next we come to the bardage. A brutish space weapon, likely born of a beast's stripes. Initially I feared its barbaric origins might sully Muriel's angelic hands, but I firmly believe there is no weapon a feminine touch cannot civilize. And lastly the shamshir. The seductive curvature of a blade is sinister in its simplicity. You have taken notoriously obstinate cobalt and bent it to your will. Again, you exceed my every expectation. I can only imagine Muriel's joy upon seeing such splendid wealth. Let her gaze upon the face of the one who forged them. You will find her aboard the Astalicea. Okay, let's bring her the weapons then. I hope she appreciates them. Okay, so there she is. Ah yes, the gift I was promised. It's good to know Phaser is a man of his words, though personally I prefer a woman of action. Show me what you've got. Most impressive indeed, I'm humbled. With your weapons in my grip, victory is all but assured. Phaser certainly possesses an eye for the finer things, yet the eye that finds beauty interests me less than the hands that craft it. The strong, skilled hands of an artisan like yourself. Gladiator and Blacksmith make quite a pair, do we not? What is a weapon without a wielder? Or a wielder without a weapon? We complete each other. I came to Limsa to see your wares at the old man's behest and found everything he promised and more. Know that in the heat of battle, as I clutch them tightly in my hands, my thoughts will be with you. So, I'd say Phaser doesn't have much of a chance with her. She was flirting pretty hard with us. Okay, but the level 50 quest. Waiting in the winglet. Good news, Serenia. That gladiator you outfitted, Muriel, done a work of 1,000,000 merchants for us since. Her name's on the lip of every Colosseum fan, as is the name of a smithy what forged her armaments. Our wares are selling faster than we can forge them, and every member of the guild is reaping the benefits. Aye, the ale flow like wine at the wench tonight. The ale flows like wine, yeah? Of course, customers, they've been asking for you by name, but I tell them you ain't got the time to personally craft all their butchers, knives and bric-a-bracs. I've certainly no intention of shoveling that drudgery off on you. But there's one commission that requires your personal attention, I reckon. This one comes to us by way of Phaser, so pay the man a visit. Before you go, a word of warning. Phaser's a solemn soul to begin with, but this job's got him wound tighter than ever, judging from his countenance. Best be prepared for a bleeding tough challenge. Huh. So I'm warned this will be hard. Well, let's see. Phaser, what you got? There you are. Hear me, Serenia. None other than the finest blacksmith in all of Wilburn will do for this task. So renowned are your weapons that your name echoes through the distant wood of Gridania. So powerful your forge that it has bent their disdain for steel into admiration. That sounds awesome. Really. As such, a former champion of a Colosseum living amid the leaves has contacted me in hopes of engaging your services. That is all I can say. The rest she would tell you herself. The client wishes to meet with you in private and will be waiting on the platform just below the drowning wench. Pray do not keep her waiting. Okay, a private meeting with a client. Let's hope I'm not just sacked and abducted. You? An honor, Serenia Shadowstar. I appreciate you coming all this way to meet me. I'm told you are a blacksmith without peer, and it is for this reason that I have come to seek your assistance. The sword I would have you forge must befit a storied Colosseum champion, rather a man who would become one once more. The gladiator has recently returned to Ulda and has chosen to fight under a different name, you see. Perhaps you are familiar with a bronze bull? I thought not. His performance in the Bloodsands has been less than stellar. Despite his wealth of experience, he struggles. I have seen him fight. His weapons are his weakness, but I fear he thinks himself at fault. Which brings me to my request. I wish to arm the bronze bull with a quality cobalt winglet, strengthened with a savage might materia of a 3rd grade. He is a far greater gladiator than his record suggests, and deserves better than this rubbish he wields. When the sword is ready, deliver it to Phaser. He shall see that the bronze bull receives it. Alright. Cobalt winglet. Cobalt, Margon lumber, blue, okay. Got everything. 2d6? Yes. And melt the savage might material. It's a bit annoying to buy. You usually have to buy these materia, unless you get really lucky with getting them. I'm aware of a client's specifications. As soon as I verify that your sword is to her satisfaction, I shall contact the intended recipient. You have outdone yourself yet again. Your task is almost complete. Almost? In a most peculiar request, the client wishes to be on hand, yet out of sight for the purveyance of her gift. Alright. I shall attend to the arrangement. You only need to be ready. There's the sword. It looks good. Since when have you taken a fancy to male gladiators, Facer? What's all this really about? I assure you, you will not be displeased. Quite the opposite, I should hope. Pleased, then? Precisely. We come bearing a gift. A gift? From me? Ha! Give it to someone who deserves it. I'm in no mood to be fawned over. Due to your mounting defeats, no doubt. I know my record, merchant. But that is the very reason I believe this gift will lift your spirits. Behold the cure for your recent woes. A sword like no other. This blade, I've never seen its equal. Did you forge this smith? I would be proud to call it my own. I believe that's precisely what our patron intended. Care to tell me who your patron is and why he sees fit to confer upon me such a treasure? I can only say that she prays for your success. It is her hope that with this sword you will win new glory, and that these words will help you remember that of old. The way of the sword is such that all who walk it become lost. Her words, huh? Well, I don't see why she had to orchestrate this mama's farce. I would have gladly accepted the sword from her in person. Oh? I thought the calamity had claimed her life. I should have known better than to think that Hellfire Phoenix would die so easily. And now it's my turn to take wing. On my honor, I shall one day stand atop the Colosseum and do this sword justice. Grainfar's no fool. I suspect he knew I was present the moment his words left Phaser's lips. Why not give him the sword in person? It is complicated. Simply put, I will not involve myself directly in Colosseum affairs. Long ago, I swore never again to take up sword or spear for sport. I have entrusted the Forge Master with your honorarium. Please accept it with my heartfelt thanks. So I was recently doing the Stormblood questline for the Paladin, and I met Bronze Bull again, and he recognized me as the woman who forged his sword, and he was quite appreciative. Well, look who's back from bringing in another fortune. I don't know how you do it, Serenia, but I'm glad you're doing it for us. If you hadn't come along when you did and helped us turn things around with your quality smithing, I reckon I'd be another workless drunk drowning my sorrows at the wench. Instead, I'm a happily employed drunk celebrating my successes at the wench. Progress, right? You know, any lout with a tool can put passion into her work, but to have it come out the other side and affect folk is true artistry. And make no mistake, lass, the impact of what you've done for the guild will be felt for years to come. You're one of the best goddamn smithies I had the pleasure of knowing, Serenia. There ain't nothing more to say than that. So, and that is the end of a blacksmith's quest for a Realm Reborn. Anyway, as I wanted to say, Bronze Bull recognized me as the person who crafted this blade, but he promised he wouldn't hold back in the tournament the Paladin quest in Stormblood is about when we meet one another. Yeah, anyway, that's it for this episode. Until next time, when we, I think, return to the main quest and finally celebrate our new home. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.